Nothing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of High Mythology, the show where we are already higher than a berserker with a belly full of mushrooms, and we tell you fancy stories from ancient mythology and folklore.
Wow.
Tonight's story is going to be The Pussycat Princess. A little bit of Hungarian mythology for you.
Nice little short.
Nice little short for your ears.
This fine Saturday.
For this fine Saturday short.
Sweet.
Sweet Saturday shorts. Kimbo?
Smoking the sweetie.
Oh, we're smoking on some sweeties.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kim, go ahead and take it away.
I don't die first.
Tell me the story like you've just told it to me before.
You mean the first 3 pages before you hit that recording button?
Technical difficulties.
All right. So once upon a time, there lived a king and his 3 sons that all looked alike except for the color of their hair.
Mm-hmm. So there was the surfer, the ginger, and the Asian.
That was racist.
That was very
had
bad.
ebony hair, the middle son had fiery red hair, and the youngest had golden blonde hair.
Yep.
All 3 princes were of marrying age, so their father told them that it was time for them to marry. The king took 1 silver rod, 1 golden rod, and 1 diamond rod and threw them into the air.
Look at the rods! Look at them go, boys!
The king says to his boys...
The king's gone crazy. He's out there throwing rods in the yard again.
He's trying to catch lightning.
Yeah, someone told me I can predict the future just by throwing rods!
So the king says to his boys... There is 1 stick for each of you, and wherever your stick falls is where you will be able to find your bride. The eldest son's stick fell towards a prominent village in the west. The middle son's stick pointed to a large estate in the east.
Yeah.
And the youngest son's stick fell towards the dark forest in the north. Nice. The elder 2 brothers laughed at the youngest and jousted, saying that he was going to marry a wild pig.
Pig fucker.
Oh, wow. The young princes all left the palace in search of their brides, but the youngest was very sad.
Sad.
Makes me think of Disenchantment. I love that fucking show.
Sad.
He had no idea how he would find a bride in the thick forest.
So thick out here. There's no brides to be found in all this thickness.
They didn't say girthy. Jesus.
Well, I said thick. I didn't say girthy. I said thickness.
I hear girthy.
I hear girthy. I hear girthy in your tone.
As he was walking through the forest, he met a small pussycat. That walked behind him.
Meow.
At first, the youngest prince tried to shoo it away, but it wouldn't go. And the prince gives up and thinks, what could go wrong if I tell this pussycat my woes? So the young prince spoke to the pussycat and said,
Oh, pussycat, I have a small penis.
He said, my royal father has ordered me to travel these parts. He said that I would find my bride here, but I haven't seen a maiden anywhere.
Ain't no, where are all the bitches at? Where are all the white women at?
My joint went out. I'm sad.
Sad. There you go.
Thank you. The pussycat's eyes light up and say to the prince, Don't worry, I will marry you.
I'll marry you. I'm a pussycat. What could go wrong? Meow.
I would be more like, what the fuck, a talking cat?
A talking cat?
Jesus. We have two
I
different
knew I shouldn't have
mindsets
eaten all those
on.
mushrooms when I came into this
Even
forest.
if I was on mushrooms, I'd be flipping out if my dog was talking to me.
Wow.
At
You're
first,
looking for a bride? I can be your bride.
That's
You're a
odd.
talking cat. But I am going to put you in this cat carrier and take you around and become rich.
At first, the prince was astonished that the cat could speak. But once its words registered into the young prince's mind, he began to roll around in laughter. But ultimately is like, nah, bitch, I can't marry a cat.
Yeah, I can't do that. It's not allowed, I'm pretty sure. I think there are rules against
Bestiality.
that. Yeah.
The pussycat starts to cry and beg the young prince. She guilt trips him until he finally says yes to marrying her. By the time the youngest prince makes it back home, the other two eldest brothers were already there. Their father asked them each what they thought of their brides to be. The eldest son said that he had found a lovely young baroness. The middle son said that he had met a charming young countess.
Mm-hmm.
And the youngest one said,
I got a cat. I got a cat in the woods that's waiting for me. We're supposed to have a nice cat wedding.
Catnip bouquets.
Mm-hmm.
You'll all just have to wait and see. Then the king ordered his boys to fetch a bouquet made by their fiancés. The two elder princes went happily, but the youngest one was very sad.
Sad.
When the young prince reached the forest edge, the pussycat was already waiting for him.
Meow.
The pussycat sees that he is very sad and rubs against his legs until the prince sits down. She says to him, My dear betrothed, you look so unhappy. Tell me, why are you so sad?
Why are you so sad?
Son.
Is
prince
my
lets out a
catness
sigh.
not good enough for you?
Gotta shave that pussy.
Yeah. Yeah, I only like shaving pussy. You're long hair.
It is.
I can't get down on that.
It looks like a little mini lion in the pictures.
Little mini lion.
Sweetness.
Sweetness. Sweet Jesus.
Sweet.
Jersey
All right.
Mary, protect us.
When the young prince reaches the forest, da-da-da-da-da. Why are you so unhappy?
Why are you so unhappy?
The prince lets out a sigh and says to the pussycat, How can I not be? My royal father has now ordered us all to bring home a bouquet made from our fiancés. What would a bouquet from a pussycat look like? Dead rodents and yarn?
Mm.
Oh, woe is my troubles.
And I've got a small dick.
Fuck.
Those two things combined.
Those kind of powers, huh?
Those powers combined.
The pussycat circles him while rubbing against him and says, Don't worry, just lie down and have a rest. You'll feel better when you awake. And with that said, the pussycat slaps her tail into the young prince's face and he passes out cold.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a serious fucking tail, you think?
Yeah, that's how you get pink eye.
Do you think that's what happens to Jeff every time Artemis is around? She like just slaps her tail against him and is like, boom, bitch, quit your breathing.
Quit breathing. Turns out he was allergic to cats. He died in that forest.
Oh my God. So anyway, the pussycat walks over to a large tree with a large burrow at its base and starts to scratch it. The tree hollow starts to glow like some portal to another world shit. And suddenly, a buttload more pussycats emerge from the tree.
Oh, pussycat party, am I right? Right, pussycat? Oh.
One of the pussycats brought her a silver flowers. One
Flowers.
of them brought her golden flowers, and another brought her diamond flowers.
And then one brought her a decapitated bird.
And then the pussycat bride arranged them into a beautiful bouquet. The two eldest brothers were already home when the youngest brother showed up late again. The eldest son presented his father with a lovely purple bouquet. The middle son presented his father with a red bouquet made with beautiful red roses.
Red roses. She's just
all about it.
stone cold. Slut that girl.
And the youngest prince presented his father with the most stunning bouquet that left everyone speechless for a moment. The king says to his boys, All of your bouquets are beautiful indeed, but yours, son, he pats his hand on the back of his youngest son, yours is the most exquisite. Well done.
Well done, young child.
The brothers and the king asked the youngest prince what was the name of his bride to be, but all the young prince would say
Pussy.
was, You'll all just have to wait and see.
Pussy galore.
Pussy Pusserson?
Pussy Pusserson. I know his response to. What's her name? Well, she's definitely not a cat. That's definitely what she's not.
Her name's not Princess, that's for sure.
Not Princess Cat. Trina.
Katrina.
Cattingson.
Catherine.
Catherine Cattingson.
Katie.
She's a cat.
Days pass, and soon it becomes a week. And the king orders his sons to go to their fiancées and bring back a handkerchief of theirs.
Go to your women and bring back a handkerchief. Why are you such a weird king? You were clearly insane. Why have we not deposed you yet? Well, let us throw rods to see if I shall be deposed.
Bring me back some flowers. Now bring me a fucking handkerchief.
Yeah.
Jesus, are you...
Throwing rods to determine where they get married. This guy is clearly insane. And I think his son's starting to get it, and that's why he's talking to the...
Talking to the pussycat?
Yeah. He's picking up on his father's schizophrenia.
All of the princes left, but the youngest one was very sad. By the time... Excuse me. Oh my God.
That's the latest reaction in world history on a podcast right there,
you,
people.
Whew. By the time he had reached the forest edge, the pussycat was already waiting for him. Seeing him look so down, she tells him to sit, and he does.
Sit.
Then she
Good
says,
boy.
My dear betrothed, you look so unhappy. Tell me, why are you so sad? The prince lets out a sigh and says, How can I not be? My royal father has ordered us all to bring him a handkerchief from our fiancés, but a pussycat cannot weave. Oh, woe is my troubles.
Oh, woe is me. A pussycat can't weave, and I have just... My dad's always on my ass. He's, like, always on my ass about stuff, and I still have a small dick.
The pussycat slaps her tail in his face, and as he starts to fall asleep, she says, Don't worry, just lie down and have a rest. You'll feel better when you awake. The pussycat walks over to the large tree with the hollow hole at its base and scratches on it. Once again, the hollow hole glows, and more pussycats emerge from it. One brought silver silk, one brought golden silk, and another brought diamond silk. And so the pussycat bride wove the silks together. And when the three princes arrived back at the palace, the king inspected all three handkerchiefs. He told the two eldest princes that theirs were quite pretty, but he didn't fucking really like them, you know what I mean? But he told the youngest...
all right. I mean,
it's very Trump-style-y.
Yours is very thrown together. It looks sloppy.
But he told the youngest that his was the most exquisite that he had ever seen. Weeks pass, and soon it becomes a month. The king orders his sons to bring their fiancés to the palace. The two eldest princes went happily to their future brides, but the youngest one became sadder than ever.
Do we have a cat box? Do we have a cat box?
Jesus. Go keep that fucking joint lit, man. It's not staying.
I know. It's that real sticky icky, y'all.
How can I possibly bring home a pussycat, he thought. Regardless, he still traveled to the dark forest. And at its edge, his pussycat bride was waiting for him.
Meow.
The bride again sees her fiancé is sad.
Sad.
She asks him to sit and says, My dear betrothed, you look so unhappy. Tell me, why are you so sad?
You've got a small dick, okay? That's the root of all the problems.
Going off about a small dick, how do you know? Why are you so infatuated with his dick?
I think because that's the base of all of his problems. That's why everything is so hard. Why
are guys always about his dick?
Because it's the truth.
A guy thing. It's like you all have to fucking compete.
Because if he had a bigger one, because then he would be out there and he would be like, you know what? Doesn't really matter.
What? If you got a tiny dick, you got to make up for that with your tongue. You know what I mean?
But he's out there, say he's out there, right? Mm-hmm. And he would just have a different point of view. That's what I'm saying. It would be like, Dad's on my ass about this bride shit, this pussycat. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm sure they would have been like, go look again.
Go look again. Well, okay, we got a little off track there, but
We did. Why are you so sad?
sad.
The prince sighs deeper than before and says, "How can I not be? My royal father has ordered us all to fetch our brides.
Fetch your bride.
How can I present a pussycat to the court?" The pussycat again slaps her tail to the prince's face, and as he becomes drowsy, the pussycat bride says, "Don't worry, just lie down and have a rest. You'll feel better when you awake." The young prince thought that he would never be able to sleep this time, but he eventually succumbs and falls into a slumber. The pussycat scratches at a large tree, and with the hollow hole at its base, it begins to glow again. The pussycat jumps into it and is transformed into a beautiful, long golden-haired princess with big, beautiful green eyes that sparkled like emeralds. Wow, that was a continued one.
Beautiful green emerald eyes.
When the prince awoke, he was super worried that his feline bride had ran away. But the young princess emerged from the tree and left the prince speechless.
Meow.
The princess smiles at the prince and takes his hand. "Don't worry," said the princess. "I am your pussycat bride. I have been under a curse to live my life as a pussycat or until a young man has asked me for my hand in marriage. And so I have returned to my original form, the princess and heir to my father's throne. The young
King of the Pussycats." Yeah. He actually is a cat by birth.
No.
No.
The young prince was ecstatic. He took his bride's hand and led her out of the forest, where a great coach was waiting with fine coachmen and swift horses.
Fine coachman here.
I don't know. I thought he went there by himself.
I know.
And they just popped up. So the prince got into the carriage with his princess, and they rode off in style back to the palace.
Oh.
That was some
Riding out the
Cinderella
style.
shit.
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw like the little video, it had like 12 fucking horses lined up. I was like, that's fucking impossible. You be riding like that. Horses are shitting on top of each other like that. They're too close, man.
I guarantee, too, the second he pulls up and his dad's like, "Oh, it's your wife." His first response is like, "Yeah, she was totally real the whole time and never a cat." I told you. God. You got a huge dick.
So when they got there, the wedding party was already underway. And a guard came running to the king and told him that there was a king and queen from another country that had just arrived. When the king looks up, he sees the young couple arrive, and it was none other than his son and his beautiful wife. Guess they already married on the way over, and he's already king of the country.
Oh, or he was because the country was already put down because they were actually cats.
Pied Piper shit.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should get into that one.
My father and my mother, you must meet them. They are the beloved king and queen. Meow, meow, meow. They were also turned into cats, but they can't talk like I could.
Everyone was amazed at the young prince's beautiful bride and how he came to find her. And then they all sang and danced the night away and lived happily ever after.
Sang and danced the night away. And the countess that married the second brother eventually went on to cheat on him with the cat father.
Now she just got herpes.
She got herpes.
The other one got stifle.
From someone else. From the other brother. She got it from the first brother.
Nasty.
Yeah, that's what happens. Our sources for this are the Hungarian Folktales YouTube channel. It's yellow with little white birds.
Red
birds. I don't know where I got white from. Pulled white right out of my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let us know what you think. Suggest some stories, man. Give us some suggestions. Especially let us know if you're digging these Saturday shorts or if they're too short for you or too long. But, yeah, have fun. Good night, everybody.
Good night.